Welcome to Econ292 Inferential Statistics. I am Dr. Angie Starrett. This is going to be the first time I have taught this class online, so feel free to give me feedback throughout the semester. Let me know what you like and what you don't like, what's working, what's not working, and we'll try to tweak it and adjust it as we move along. Why are you, the business major, needing to take inferential statistics? Well, inferential stats actually rules the business world, especially here in South Carolina, where so many of our businesses are production facilities. So think about factories, BMW, Timken, things like that. Stats makes all the decisions throughout the day. A perfect example would be this water bottle. The label on this water bottle says 33.8 fluid ounces. But in actuality, the fill level is a random variable. It varies distributionally around 33.8 fluid ounces. And you probably have recognized this. Sometimes you open a water bottle and a little bit spills on you because it happens to be a water bottle that got a little too full. And then sometimes you look at the fill level and you're like, hey, you know, they cheated me out of some water. You especially notice this with a bag of chips. Ever open a bag of chips and go, where are the chips? How does this relate to inferential stats? Well, there is a machine filling these water bottles, right? And the last thing you want to do in business is stop the machine, because stopping the machine means losing millions of dollars. All right, so the problem is machines get uncalibrated in the same way bathroom scales do. All right, so the machine gets uncalibrated and the machine could start overfilling bottles so that on average, the bottles are no longer being filled to 33.8 fluid ounces, but maybe 34.2 fluid ounces. So your company is giving away product. Or vice versa, the machine could start shorting, all right, and adjust the mean down so that maybe bottles have an average fill level of, say, 32.7 fluid ounces. So you're shorting customers on average. These are things you don't want to happen. And when this happens, when your average, your mean has shifted either up or down, you want to stop the machine, recalibrate it, and send it on its merry way. All right. How do we test these things? Well, we can use things like confidence intervals. Confidence intervals are something that you should have done in an introductory stats course. We can use hypothesis testing, which we'll do in a few weeks. And then from there, in this course, we will pick up what happens when we have more than one sample. So here we would just have a sample of water bottles. All right, and so just one sample there. But a lot of times in businesses, we have more than one sample. We have 2 samples or 3 samples. So what kind of testing do we do in those situations? And what we're going to learn is we're going to learn 2-sample hypothesis testing, and then we're going to learn things called ANOVAs, or analysis of variance. And these are important when we start picking up more samples. And then towards the end of the course, we're going to do things like simple regression and multiple regression, which is very synonymous to ANOVAs, and we'll see that when we get there. But I think that by and large, you'll appreciate this course. When I have taught this face-to-face, one of the selling points I've always said is that, you know, we've all had those classes where we sit in them and we go through a textbook and we learn vocabulary and we roll our eyes and we're like, when are we ever going to use this? And the fact is, in this course, these are the stats being used in the business world. Now, whether you in particular are going to be using these stats in your future job, that may or may not be true. All right, but there's different ways that stats can affect you. You don't just have to be the analyst. You can be on the team with the analyst, right? Where you're hearing about the statistics being run and the decisions being made. Or you could be the manager of the analyst who's running the tests and giving you decisions, right? So stats can interact with your job in a lot of different ways. But everything we do in here will be things that are being run today at BMW. All right, so that's kind of exciting. And furthermore, the way I teach this course, the way I've always taught this course, is with statistical software. Because never, ever are you going to be in a business world where you go, oh dear, I need to Google that formula, right? We don't really use formulas and by hand math anymore. The reason is our data sets are huge. Our data sets often have thousands, tens of thousands, millions of entries, right? So we're clearly not going to use a calculator to run statistics on these numbers. We're going to use software, all right? And the software I've chosen for this course is Minitab Express. Now, why have I chosen Minitab Express? Minitab Express is easily installed on either a Mac or a PC. And what I have found is that about half of you have Macs and half of you have PCs. So Minitab Express works well there. Also, Minitab Express is very simple to learn. All right, maybe this first week you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't figure it out. But I promise you, be patient. And by the third week, you're going to be thanking me for using this software because it just makes your life easier. Third, what I have found is that if you learn and understand Minitab Express, you can easily transition to what is more common in the business world, which is Minitab 18. You guys are very good at learning software, and you are very good at learning software without directions. Just think about Snapchat, right? There's lots of things you know how to do in Snapchat, which there's no written directions for. All right, same thing with statistical software. You know how to use Minitab Express. It's going to look very similar in Minitab 18. You could transition over and point and click your way around to figure out what you need to do. All right, so there we have the course set up. How are the weeks going to work? Well, this first week, we've got a first few days here just to get us started. I want to make sure that you have read the syllabus maybe a handful of times, that you understand everything that's being asked of you, so you've got a little syllabus quiz. And then I want to know who you are. So I'm having you introduce yourself in a discussion board. Make sure you look through the discussion board, all right? Learn who your students are. Learn who the students are. Learn who is in the course that you might know. I am fine if you have friends in the course and want to do the group project of 3 people with some of your friends in the course. All right, all you'll need to do is email me the names and who all is in the group. Again, so 2 or 3 of you want to work together, fantastic, let me know. Otherwise, you guys will be randomly assigned. As far as the other weeks go, you're going to see the coursework throughout the semester kind of ebb and flow. There's going to be weeks where you're probably cursing me and you're like, oh my gosh, she's killing us. And then there's going to be weeks like, whew, she really took a break on us this week. And that's just kind of how I have the class set up, all right? You're not going to be killed here at the beginning, and you're certainly not going to be killed at the end of the course, because that's when everyone else is trying to kill you. All right, so when you get to a normal stats material week, you're going to open the learning module and you're going to see the learning objectives for the week, all right, as well as a list of what you need to do. You're going to find 2 different types of videos. Okay, you're going to find lecture videos where I have gone through what I like to think of as kind of the theory of what we're doing that week. All right, so why we're running that test, how we're running that test, what the software is doing, just to give you some background information so that you understand what you're doing and why. Okay, I'm a big why person, and you'll see that on exams. All right, and then you'll have a folder on Minitab Express information. And in here, you will find the videos of how to run that test in Minitab. All right, how to run the test, how to answer the questions I'm asking, and I'll typically have some classwork problems, okay? And I'm calling them classwork problems because the videos are our class time. And what I'll do is I will use Minitab to work through these classwork problems, okay? And what I think you will like to do is pause the video, try to do it yourself, and then restart the video and see if you did it right. I think that's going to be the best way to approach those classwork problems. And then you'll have a folder of homework problems, and you want to make sure you legitimately work and try all of these problems. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time because it's so important. You need to legitimately try these problems. And the reason is I give you the key. And some students do this. They read the homework problem, they read the key, and they go, oh yeah, I know what to do. All right, let me give you an analogy. The analogy is me sitting down to watch ESPN, watching LeBron play, seeing all his moves, and then turning off ESPN and going, all right, I can go outside and replicate all those moves. It doesn't work. I will never play basketball as well as LeBron James. All right, so you want to make sure you spend an hour plus, all right? So this could take several hours on all of those homework problems, doing them yourself, then checking your answers with the key, all right? Now, let's say that you're going to learn that we calculate, the software calculates something called p-values, and you get a p-value that does not match the key. You have no idea how to get the correct p-value. What are you going to do? Well, you're going to reach out to me, okay? And you've got a lot of different ways. You've got my cell phone number, you've got my email, you've got the course cafe in Blackboard. You can email me and set up a Skype or FaceTime appointment. You can set up a phone call with me. There's no excuse not to reach out to me. I'm 24/7 available. All right. So you'll reach out to me and you'll explain the problem, the discrepancy between your answer and the correct answer, and we will work through the problem together, and I will teach you one-on-one how to get the correct answer. Once you feel like you understand all the homework problems, then and only then will you take the quiz. Okay? Now, here's the cool thing I'm doing for you guys. You get 2 opportunities to take each quiz. All right? And your highest score will be recorded. All right, so you take the quiz the first time. What you'll do then is you will review it. And the way I have set up the review is you can see what are your incorrect answers. All right, and you're going to try to figure out the correct answers from those incorrect answers. If you have a question, something you don't understand, what are you going to do? You're going to contact me. Okay, and I will help you understand what you're missing and where your thinking is going wrong. All right, then once you understand what you've missed and why, you'll take the quiz again. And chances are, by that point, you'll earn all of your 5 points on that quiz, all right, or nearly that. All right, so that's typically how the weeks will run. When we get to exam weeks, the only thing we'll have that week is the exam, and I always give you an exam practice, and I give you keys to quizzes. All right, and then you'll take your semester exams on Blackboard. Advantage there is you can use your notes. All right, and again, I'm available those weeks to either meet with you one-on-one or to help you one-on-one. As a side note, I do live locally here in Spartanburg, so I'm always available to meet either at the George, on main campus, or at a Starbucks. Of course, I'm always going to prefer a Starbucks. Let's see, there's going to be, as I've previously mentioned, a group project that I'm going to baby step you guys through. And this is where you're going to take a large data set, you're going to do some descriptive analyses, you're going to do some inferential statistics, and you're going to make some decisions. It's not meant to be hard, it's just meant to kind of piece the course together for you guys. And we'll come to weeks where the only thing you'll have to work on that week is something related to the project. All right, so in general, I really hope you enjoy the course. Do not be shy or afraid to give me feedback along the way, and I look forward to getting to know all of you.